Life is full of challenges. Sometimes it feels like the weight of the world is pressing down on you. You may wonder if things will ever get better. But remember, storms don't last forever. Even in the darkest times, there is a spark of light that will break through the clouds. It's important to hold on and trust that brighter days are ahead. The storm within often feels more destructive than any tempest outside. It brews quietly, gaining strength as self-doubt, fear, and pain swirl together into a hurricane of emotions. At first, it might be a faint drizzle, an occasional worry, or a small pang of sadness that creeps in when you least expect it. But as days turn into weeks, the drizzle grows into a downpour, and before long, you find yourself caught in a deluge of despair. For anyone enduring this, the storm might have been building for years. The pressure of expectations, the weight of responsibilities, and the pain of past losses can all take their toll. One by one, these burdens can chip away at your resolve until you feel like a shadow of your former self. Each morning can feel like a battle, waking up with a heavy heart and a chest tight with the weight of unspoken emotions. You put on a brave face, smile for the world, and tell yourself to keep going. But behind closed doors, you may crumble. Nights become the hardest as the silence magnifies your thoughts. You replay moments from the past, questioning every decision you've ever made. The guilt, the regret, the feeling of not being enough, they all consume you, leaving you exhausted and broken. One rainy evening, you might find yourself sitting by the window, watching the raindrops race down the glass. The storm within feels so fierce that you can't see a way out. Your mind becomes a whirlwind of negativity, each thought darker than the last. You might whisper to yourself, "What's the point?" as the sound of rain drowns out the faintness of your voice. But just as quickly as the thought comes, a flicker of something else emerges. It's faint, almost imperceptible, but it's there, a small, stubborn ember of hope. You may not be able to explain it, but in that moment, you feel a pull to fight back against the storm. You don't know how or where to start, but deep down, you realize that giving up isn't the answer. The next day, you make a decision. You will take things one step at a time, no matter how small those steps are. Your first act of defiance against the storm might be simple: going for a walk. The air is crisp and cool, and the scent of rain lingers in the breeze. With each step, you feel a tiny bit lighter, as if the weight on your shoulders is loosening ever so slightly. It isn't much, but it's a start. In the days and weeks that follow, you continue to make small changes. You start journaling, pouring your thoughts and feelings onto the pages without judgment. You reach out to someone you trust and confide in them for the first time about what you've been going through. To your surprise, they don't see you as weak or broken. Instead, they offer unwavering support and remind you of your own resilience. You also begin practicing mindfulness, learning to sit with your emotions rather than pushing them away. It isn't easy. Some days the storm feels as fierce as ever, and you question whether you're making any progress at all. But slowly, you begin to notice moments of calm amidst the chaos. You start to appreciate the small joys in life, the warmth of the sun on your skin, the laughter of children in the park, the way your favorite song can lift your spirits. As time passes, the storm within begins to subside. It doesn't disappear entirely, storms like these rarely do, but it grows weaker, less overpowering. You learn to navigate the rough waters with grace and determination. You discover strength you never knew you had, and realize that even in the darkest times, there is a light within you that can never be extinguished. This journey isn't just about surviving the storm, it's about finding yourself again. You rediscover your passions, set new goals, and begin to rebuild your life piece by piece. Along the way, you find a renewed sense of purpose and a deeper understanding of what it means to truly live. Life is full of challenges, and storms will come and go. But it's not the storms that define us, it's how we face them. A small gesture can also make a big difference. A kind word, a warm smile, or an encouraging conversation can remind you that you're not alone. Life has a way of putting the right people in your path when you need them most. Stay open to these moments because they can change how you see the world and yourself. Sometimes it takes just one fleeting encounter to reignite a sense of hope. Perhaps it's during a moment of despair, when everything seems to weigh heavy on your shoulders. You might be walking through a crowded street, lost in thought, when you catch someone's eye. The person's smile is unassuming, but it carries a warmth that feels almost tangible. In that instant, the chaos of the world quiets down, if only for a heartbeat. That smile is a reminder someone sees you. Someone acknowledges your presence, even if they don't know your story. It's a simple human connection that breaks through the isolation. The power of that moment lingers, like a ripple in a still pond. You carry it with you, allowing it to push back against the darker corners of your mind. Perhaps it's not just a smile, but a kind word or gesture. Someone holds the door open for you when your hands are full, or a stranger compliments you on something as simple as your choice of scarf or the way you carry yourself. These small acts remind you of the goodness that still exists in the world, even when everything feels bleak. They're reminders that you're not invisible, that you're part of something larger than your own struggles. Moments like these can happen anywhere. On a crowded subway, in the line at a coffee shop, or during an ordinary walk in the park. But their impact is anything but ordinary. They're like lifelines, pulling you back to the surface when you feel like you're drowning. They remind you that even in a world that often feels indifferent, there are glimpses of kindness and connection that can make all the difference. Sometimes the gesture is even more profound, like a conversation with a stranger who seems to say exactly what you need to hear. It might be an older person on a bench, sharing a story from their youth that mirrors your own struggles. Or perhaps it's a barista who notices the tired look in your eyes and offers a free coffee with a genuine "take care of yourself." These interactions, brief as they may be, have the power to shift your perspective. They remind you that the world isn't just a place of hardships, but also a space where compassion and humanity thrive. It's not just about receiving these gestures, but also about giving them. You never know the battles someone else is fighting. Your own smile, your own kind word, could be the lifeline someone else needs. It's a ripple effect. One act of kindness inspires another, spreading positivity in ways you may never fully see or understand. You might find yourself inspired to pay it forward. Maybe you help someone carry their groceries or leave a kind note for a coworker who seems stressed. These small actions, though seemingly insignificant, create waves of positivity that can uplift others in ways you'll never know. It's a powerful reminder that even in your lowest moments, you have the capacity to make a difference. Life has a way of bringing the right people into your life at the right time. Stay open to these moments. Let them remind you of the beauty and resilience of the human spirit. In the midst of your struggles, these small connections can serve as powerful reminders that you are never truly alone. And sometimes, all it takes is a stranger's smile to reignite the light within you.